So we'll begin this week with an update from episode 60 and the EdTheTrainer top 5, according to your votes. Lots of people are asking me, so here we go. Coming in at number 5, in a tight race and, of course, voted on before last Saturday's debacle, is Michigan, being edged out just barely by TCU, who comes in at number 4. Number 3 is Michigan State, followed closely there by number 2, the Ohio State University. And number 1 in the first EdTheTrainer top 5 poll is Baylor, voted by 1 point over OSU. And our winner, who's randomly selected amongst those poll entries from last week, Nick Mastropetro. Congratulations, Nick, and make sure that you check your mailbox this week. I know a lot of you may disagree, but this is a good thing. There's a long road ahead in the college football season. And maybe your team can navigate a clear path to the Final Four by that final poll. The end destination is still in sight for many teams, despite the fact that their routes may differ slightly. Hey everybody, it's EdTheTrainer, and we'll take a closer look into that idea on this week's Tips on Tuesday. So while I sat at a traffic light near my hometown last week, a really, really nice Mercedes pulls up next to me at the light. The same car that I had watched for the last 2 or 3 miles in my rear view, passing several cars on the 2-lane road that we were traveling on. Now, a second lane had finally opened up on our side of the yellow line, and only this red light was holding him back. When the light turned green, of course, his car performed. If I had to guess, he's probably doing about 60 before my 7-year-old Honda minivan had shifted to second gear. And I mean, I'm not a big car guy, but it was pretty impressive. So impressive, in fact, that I was actually tempted to roll down my window and tell him about 300 yards up the road as I pulled up next to him at the next stoplight. But he was in the middle of a conversation with 2 young ladies in his car, and I didn't want to be rude. And at each of the next 4 traffic lights, in fact, I really wanted to express my appreciation for his car, but he must have been in the middle of a really, really good story because these ladies, they were trained on him, every word. They wouldn't even look over at me and my family in my 7-year-old minivan. Now, of course, he did eventually pull away from us, and I'm sure their ride must have been really exciting, and I'm equally sure that someone else probably intersected the same car and likely shared a similar 3 or 4 mile journey before being lost in the wake of his urgency. The point of all this is simply that regardless of your desired destination, there are plenty of ways to get there. Just because you're not getting there as fast or efficiently as others appear to be, it doesn't mean that if you keep committed and focused and follow your own map, that you won't get there too. Drive fast or drive slow. The intersections, the traffic lights in life, if you will be there either way. Your pace is your pace. Believe in it, as long as you're still moving forward. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with me today, everybody. I really appreciate your time. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon.